Associative property. So pretty much it only works for addition and multiplication. Please do not try to use it for division and subtraction. The associative property for addition is A plus, then you have in parentheses B plus C, is the same as A plus B plus C. For multiplication, it is A times B plus times C is equal to AB in the parentheses times C. You can notice how if you test out some numbers, like maybe like 1, 2, and 3, you can see that these properties should be true. However, it does not work for subtraction, since like if you have A minus B minus C and A minus B minus C, and then let's just say A, B, C are 1, 2, 3, it's like 1 minus, in parentheses, 2 minus 3 is going to be equal to 2, whereas 1 minus 2 in parentheses minus 3 is going to be equal to minus 4. So this property does not work. Now let's move on to our next property, which is the distributive property. Pretty much what that says is if you have like an addition, right, A times plus B times C, you can distribute the C inside to get A times C plus B times C. Note that the also subtraction side works. A minus B times C becomes A times C minus B times C. Let's see an example of why this is useful, because you might be thinking, if you just keep rearranging this stuff, like how is that going to help us? So I'll tell you exactly how. Let's say I want to do 42 times 6. Although one can like do a two long multiplication with like 42, 6, and then do that stuff, you can actually break this down. We can write 42 as 40 plus 2, and then we can have like 40 plus 2 times 6, and then distributing the 6 inside, we end up getting 40 times 6 plus 2 times 6, which are two easier multiplications to do, which give us 240 plus 12, which is equal to 252. What's interesting is that this is actually exactly how our long multiplication is able to work. The distributive property is like behind the covers, since when you do 42 times 6, you can see that first, we're multiplying 6 by the units place. So then we do that, and we get 12, and then we're doing the tens place with 4 and 6, where then from doing that, we're able to get an option of 24. 250, and then by doing that we get 252 as our answer. So it's a really important property at play. Before we end this video, I'm going to give you guys another example problem, which is how do you do 99 times 5? Please pause the video, and after you try solving it, we can discuss it. So now that you're back from solving, did you do 99 breaks into 90 plus 9? Or did you do something smarter, which is 100 minus 1? First, to clarify, you can obviously do it as 90 plus 9, where it'll just be 90 plus 9 times 5 breaks into 5 times 90 plus 5 times 9, and then you can do these two multiplications, 450 plus 45, to get the correct answer of 495. However, you can also do a smarter way, which is if you break it into 100 minus 1, utilizing that subtraction distributive property, which goes like this. So let's actually follow through on the calculation. So by doing the distributive property, we end up getting 5 times 100 minus 5 times 1. So you can see that this becomes 500 minus 5, which becomes 495, also getting the same answer. But in my opinion, I think the calculation done here is much simpler, since like 5 times 100 and 5 times 1 just feel like simpler operations. So let this be a lesson to you. Don't immediately try to split into the addition case, but sometimes the subtraction case can be really useful for us. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and in our next lesson, we'll be learning about factors and how to make factories, so stay tuned.